Hello, hello, hello. Do you hear me? Wonderful. Yeah, welcome again to this wonderful, wonderful conference. I had the honor to be here last year. This year it's even growing bigger, it's growing better, it's growing stronger. It's nice to see the Free Cities Foundation being so strong and evolutionizing almost. Quick question before we start. How many Germans do we have in the room? Please raise your hand. Jesus Christ, that's not a good sign for Germany, isn't it? But you guys will have the honor to be able to hear our trailer and understand it actually, but I also subtitled it in English, so everybody else is having a little joy with our little trailer. Can you play it, please? And keep down the lights. Somebody has to click play, I guess. Ja, let's go.
Stell dir einen Ort vor, an dem deine Visionen und dein Vermögen endlich Raum finden. Wo Unternehmer wie du gemeinsam eine neue Welt erschaffen. Willkommen in CryptoCity. Ein Ort für Visionäre, die genug haben von Einschränkungen. Eine Gemeinschaft von Gleichgesinnten, die Geschäfte machen und das Leben genießen. Hier wird Großes geschaffen. Hier bauen wir, um den Weg für eine einzigartige Vision zu ebnen. Für Unternehmer, Visionäre, für dich. Lebensmittel, Konsumgüter, medizinische Versorgung. Alles, was du brauchst, ist hier. Modern, sicher und immer für dich da. Erlebe den Luxus, den du verdienst. Freiheit, die du nie fühlen konntest. CryptoCity ist nicht nur ein Ort. Es ist ein Lebensstil. Warte nicht darauf, dass sich etwas ändert. Mach den ersten Schritt in ein neues Leben. Bewirb dich jetzt für ein Erstgespräch und finde heraus, wie du Teil von CryptoCity wirst.
Yeah, so what you just saw was Margarita Island in Venezuela, a really interesting country which most people don't really have on their radar, but I can assure you Margarita Island is a very, very interesting place to be. When I was here last year, I don't know how many people have been at the 2024 conference. When I closed my speech, I gave like this little Steve Jobs remark, one more thing, because last year when I was here on stage, we started expanding. This was last year here on stage, and I told everybody that we are going to expand because last year this was our construction site, and we laid our eyes on more land to the left, but I'm going to talk about this later. When I was here last year, basically this is how everything was looking, a vast piece of land with a lot of greenery. But before we go into all the technical details, let me explain to you what CryptoCity is. CryptoCity is a 40 hectares city development on Margarita Island in Venezuela, which has a DAO at its core. A DAO stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization, and in this DAO, basically we are having a little Swiss autonomy, all this Volksabstimmung, like voting of the people. This is one of our core principles. Everybody who is there has the same voice as everybody else. We are totally autonomous. We already created our own water supply. We are 100% solar panel powered, and we have a dedicated own internet connection, like our own fiber optics. In total, this project is going to have 300 houses, which we are constructing with our construction company, and the people who are living there are entrepreneurs of a certain type. We are going to talk about this later as well. All of them are hand selected, so the existing group is going to vote for its new neighbors. Also, CryptoCity is going to feature two main things. We are having our own port, which is called CryptoCity Marina Genesis Club, which is already approved. We're having 170 berths, I think it's called in English, 170 Stellplätze. And we are going to have a little nice port club there as well. Also, at its centerpiece is a beach club where we are going to sit together and create new companies and business together. So what did we do over the last 18 months? Basically, what we did is we terraformed our 40 hectares of land into an artificial stage system, which consists of 40 terraces, which means everybody, not everybody, but most of the people buying their plots of lands and houses, they are going to have beach view or sea view, because we are directly at the beach. We have 700 meters of beach. And yeah, it was a pretty big job. We underestimated it a little bit, but we already moved 1.1 million cubic tons of earth. We are going to talk about this later as well. So this is the rendering. How is the actual construction site looking, or how did the terraces come together? This is the actual site. You can see all the levels being created right now. We are almost done. In the moment, we are working still a little bit on the port borders. But yeah, let me show you a little video so you have a better idea how everything is looking. So in the moment we operate and own 25 big heavy machinery and about 25 camionetas, which is called in Spanish now, like trucks and everything. And yeah, this is the last 18 months of work. I assure you, it's a little bit cheaper in Venezuela, but it's not as cheap as you think, moving around 18 months or preparing a construction site for 18 months. Now we already started to parcelize all the plots and yeah, assigning the numbers and everything. And in Christmas, we're going to have about 40-50 people again on the island, checking out the construction site, checking out all the business opportunities on Margarita Island. We're going to talk about this in a minute. But yeah, this is basically what we do all day for the last 18 months. Okay, I think we can skip the rest because I'm a little bit short of time. Also, we had a really nice person on the construction site about half a year ago, Mr. Peter, who had the honor, or I had the honor that he visited us here on our site. It was a great 1 week. No, you were only here 3 days, right? Because Peter has a newborn, and I was honored that he carved out 3 days of his time to visit us. But we had a great deal of fun, I would say. This is our team. Basically, we're having a team out of international, a big mix of international people. Obviously, we are working with a Venezuelan constructor, which is my business partner. He's there for 40-50 years. He was in the oil business and in a lot of different other stuff, and I couldn't do it without him, because if you go as a German young guy, not even 30, to Venezuela, obviously what's going to happen is you're going to get. But if you have a Venezuelan business partner who knows its contacts and knows what to do, you're obviously going to have a lot more fun. And thanks to Luis, our project is standing strong and going really nice. Luis also is the guy which is designing and building our port. Our port is going to be here in the red area. We already started carving it out. As said, it's going to have 170 places, and it's going to look more or less like this. We can see it in the rendering here. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to dig out 4.50 meters, and the ocean is going to pour in, and then we can have our little boats there. Obviously, not everybody's gonna own a mega yacht. There's gonna be people owning a little boat, you know. But we have a lot of islands. I don't know if you know where Venezuela is, but you are on those Caribbean islands, and it's really cool. You're like in an hour, you're like at a totally different island, or in 2 hours, you're like in how's it called? Curacao. Aruba is close. It's really, really nice, this area. Also, we are going to have a port club, which is going to be here on the blue area, which is having a nice office where you have in the on the second floor, you're going to have a 180-degree view on the port where you can work and do whatever you need to do. And then in the lower area, there's a little restaurant, and all our boats are going to get solar energy directly from our little solar park, and also water. But the main piece is our beach club, where we are gonna sit together every other weekend and do business together. It's here in the green area. It's featuring a lot of different stuff, you know, pools and closed areas, a little stage, also an artificial swimming pool, which is gonna be with salt water. It's gonna look really, really nice. I think we are the only ones in Venezuela having permits to actually dig into the coast. I don't know why they gave it to me, but they love what we do. They love that we are bringing investors. Exactly what my speaker said. Once you start a project like this, you're gonna get hated on, and you're gonna be looked upon really weird, also by the government. But as soon as you actually bring some people and start some business and create some jobs, that's exactly what happened to us as well. The tone changed, and they are pretty nice to us, actually, you know, with all the permits and help and whatever you need. They're really positive. So our beach club is gonna look like this. It's actually a German song, so you English people won't get all the jokes, but it's gonna be pretty nice. You know, a standard beach club with a nice swimming pool and restaurants to sit together and everything. But I have to skip it because I'm short on time. So where are we today? We already have about 50 entrepreneurs signed up, which bought a lot. In total, 40.6 hectares of land. Originally we had 12 hectares of land with 100 plots. Now we expanded to 40 with in total 300 plots of land. Phase 1 was buying all the land in 2023 and 2024. This is already done. Phase 1.5, to say it like this, was creating and preparing all the construction ground with all the terraces, and now we are starting the construction of all the walls, and until 2027 all the urbanization is gonna take place, which is streets, you know, and tuberia, which is pipes and electricity and you know, everything you need to have a nice little urbanization. And the construction of the first houses is going to be summer or fall next year. We're going to have a demo house earlier, but yeah, the first people are going to construct their houses in next summer. After that, we're starting the public buildings, and at the end, the port is going to start at the end of 2026. So this was the evolution of our construction site. Basically, it was like a green desert, right? And over the course of the last 18 months, we terraformed all of that. It's always a little bit sad when you see the finished product and you have no idea how much work went into it. This was me at the last CryptoCity conference. Suddenly I'm sitting in Venezuelan TV, you know, in Globovision. I'm having those millions of views on TikTok and online and whatever. And yeah, in the background, we started constructing and kept on it and kept on it. This was when we bought the extension and started forming all those terraces. But basically it was all a flat piece of land, right? And now we're having a lot of different heights. And this is the starting of all the wall construction, which we started in September. And yeah, that's basically what we do. Our highest point in the city is 14.5 meters above the sea level, and the lowest point is 3 meters. So we're having in total 11 meters of difference. This is when we started, you know, and this is how it's finished. Some curious data. In the last 18 months, we used 27 million liters of water for the compaction. We used 267,000 liters of diesel, and we moved 1.1 million cubic tons of earth. What are 1.1 million metric tons? I did some calculations, and as we are speaking English, I tried to calculate it in Big Bens. You know the Big Ben in London, this huge tower in London? We moved it 237 times in total. So just to have like a little idea of how much work actually went into this. This is me posing. I have no idea driving one of those, but I'm good with Instagram. And yeah, now we start building. This is, can you play it? Is it playing? Or is it, yeah. This is what we do in the moment, you know, all the walls, because obviously when you have all those levels, you have to secure them with a big wall, because if not, there's gonna come, the rain is gonna come, and all the compactation you did is gonna basically go away. So we have to build now 48 walls with hundreds of meters. Basically, we are buying a site now where you can mine stone, because it's actually cheaper buying the site and using your own stone than buying so many trucks full of stones, because one truck is like $200, so we can buy the the site as well. The house models, obviously, as a selection, we have a group of, as said, German entrepreneurs. We're going to talk about them in a minute. We are trying to, yeah, you can play it in the background. We are using house models. So the idea behind this, if we have a lot of different people choosing the same house model, we can build way cheaper, right? In Margarita, in the moment, you're constructing for $1,400 a square meter. But obviously, if we have like 30, 40 people electing exactly this house model, we can buy in a lot bigger volumes, and then the price is going to go down. All the villas are practically the same. It's 2-story buildings. We can't build higher because we are close to the airport, and in between 140 until 220 square meters, depending on the family size, right? We have single people, we have couples, we have five head families, you know, with 3 children, so everybody can basically elect their house model as they want. I'm a little bit short on time, so I think I'm gonna skip all the house models because I only have like 7 minutes more. This is another one. Obviously, we are all having big roof, yeah, basically big roofs, so we can harness the sun's energy. Margarita is great. We have 355 sunny days a year. So with the combination of all the solar panels going down, it's actually the cheapest form of getting clean energy, because I don't know if you know, but Venezuela is not really exactly stable when we talk about electricity. So we don't want to be dependent on the local electricity grid. This is our flag. And let's talk about why this thing is called CryptoCity. Most people think we do some mining, or we have our own coins, or all this bullshit. No, we are not doing any mining. We don't have any coins. We don't sell any coins. We don't do any of that. It's called CryptoCity because I thought to myself 3 years ago, if we are going to do this project and we're going to have a lot of German or European talent with skills, with great businesses in Europe, and also with capital, how could I bring all those people together to work efficiently and to exchange their ideas and their talent? And I myself, I love crypto. I'm in Bitcoin since, I don't know, 2018. And one of those core principles in all DeFi is something called a DAO, which stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. This is basically an organization where everything's decentralized. There's no boss, there's no decision maker. Everybody has like a direct democracy, more or less. What do we do with this DAO? First part is we are crowdfunding businesses together, which looks something like this. This is our CryptoCity DAO dashboard. Basically what we do, business ideas are coming up. We are looking for the most qualified people which could take upon this sort of business problem, solving challenges, whatever. And these are all projects we're doing in the moment. For example, we're having a diamond mine in the Orinoco Belt in Venezuela. It's called Guanamino. This is me at the mining ministry in Venezuela, MIDME. Ministerio de Mining Ecológico, algo así, something like this. And we put together our team. flew down into the jungle. This is my dad, by the way. I think it's not negotiable that he is my dad because we basically look the same. And then we flew down the jungle, looked at all the mining towns, and it was really interesting. And then we started raising funds for this project, right? So what we did, we submitted it to the DAO, and inside the DAO, people started to say, hey, this is an interesting project. I know the risks, I know the rewards. I want to be a part of that. And then people can decide that they want to be a part of this project and deposit USDT into a so-called liquidity pool. For example, if we have an investment for $1 million, it's a high risk for one person to take. But if we take this investment of $1 million and we split it into, let's say, 50 families, suddenly the investment for everybody is just 20 grand, right? But how do you solve the problem of somebody collecting all the money and running away and say thank you? This is exactly solved by a DAO because the liquidity pool is controlled by a smart contract with a timer. After 30 days, the smart contract has exactly 2 rules. Rule number 1, look if the money came together. Did it come together? Yes. Then liberate it and free it and we can start doing the business. If the money didn't come together because, I don't know, I made a bad job convincing people that this is a good idea, then the smart contract is going to automatically repay every investor after 30 days. So basically you lock in your money, you wait for 30 days and either then the business is going to happen or it's not going to happen, everybody's going to be repaid. And so you can actually do a lot of different businesses really, really fast because you have all these German European talents which had big businesses in Europe and they had talent and succeeded in Europe. Then they go to Latin America and you know Latin America is not exactly the innovation hub of technology. So if you're having good European values, you're punctual, you can do handshake business, you do what you say, you're going to succeed in Latin America. Maybe other countries are a little bit easier. I give it to them, you know, Argentina, Milei, all cool. But if you come to a country like Venezuela, which is in the moment hard to do if you don't have any ideas, any contacts, I think your reward is going to be even higher. Also the risk, but also the reward, right? So we started to bring electricity to this jungle. We went to the locals. Interesting, by the way, half of those locals didn't even had clothes and they spoke other language, really interesting. We bought the drills, we bought the water supply, we started bringing all the motors, you know, and we made like some kind of hijack construction. This is if you can play it, this is a big drill motor and we basically just welded it to a big truck. And then we started our drilling operations, you know. If you can play this as well, please. We are drilling our first big hole in the moment and I think we're going to see the first returns on end of December. If you want to talk more about this project, we are also at our stand. And yeah, this is all the thing, you know, with the water and washing it out. We also found some gold, but we're not having license for gold yet. So that's why I went to the ministerial. Other project we're doing is real estate projects. Next to CryptoCity, there's 63 abandoned houses, and I have a big problem. A lot of Germans or European entrepreneurs, they tell me, Tim, I love your project, but what am I going to do with my mom? My mom is 72 now. If I go to Venezuela, what's going to happen to my mom? I can't leave her there, right? So we created Cocoon, which is a golden age village. It's a residence for people in the third age, to be politically correct. It's right beside CryptoCity, actually. We bought this abandoned site, basically, which looked really, really horrible. As you see here, the pool is green and everything was basically really fucked up. And now we started to make it nice, you know. We as a good Germans, you know, we gave all the houses a different number and a different letter. And now it's coming together really nice. If you can play this video, we already renovated 11 houses now. One of it is my office. It's really cool. I go out of because my office was in the city, right? So I had to drive half an hour to the construction site. Now I just go out the door and I'm basically on the construction site. It's really cool, you know. Germans and all the workaholic bullshit, you know, you're basically living there and you're there and I only go home to sleep. The other thing we do, I have to really speed up. The other thing what we do in this DAO is the decision-making part, right? all the members in the DAO vote for or against all new members. So it's not just like you go there and say, hey, I want to buy a plot. The people are going to vote about you. The heart of this project is its residents, right? We filter very carefully. These residents represent a certain type of person. The goal is for everybody to be on the same wavelengths. We're talking about 300 entrepreneurs here, right-minded individuals and go-getters, people you'd happily spend time with outside of work. One time I asked if somebody, I had a client asking me if we are vaccinated. And I said, I don't know, I'm not, but let me ask my people. And everybody was like, no, are you stupid? Are you crazy? Obviously we're not jabbed and not vaccinated and whatever. And interesting, really interesting to see these kind of people which are still able to think for themselves and have success in Europe. Other thing. And this is how it's looking. Basically, we write, after they come here to Margarita, we are writing a little profile about them, and then people just say yes or no. And once you are inside the group, you're also going to vote about the next people. I really have to skip something here right now. Blah, 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 blah. Let me, the last slide here. Inside the DAO, we vote for our own rules of living together. We took example of the Swiss guys. Swiss guys have these people's vote, where you have to have like 2/3 majority and 50% have to go to the voting ball, and then something is coming into law. Obviously, we don't make our own laws. We just have the special economic zone. But we're voting about all kinds of things. We can talk about it on our stand if you want. Let me skip all this. This is me in the media, German TV, English TV. Yes. Let me play a last video, and then I'm done. Where is Margarita Island? What is this beautiful island here on Margarita? It's a really interesting thing. It's a beautiful island. You can come there to invest. The prices are really cool. You can buy real estate for $20,000, $30,000 close to the beach. We had a major crisis in Venezuela in 2016-17. All of this has turned around. Now Margarita is a special economic zone. You find all kinds and sorts of things in Margarita. It's awesome. You have these huge malls, centro comerciales, you have clinics, you have restaurants, you have whatever you want. It's not like in your imagination that you go to this abandoned island in the middle of the Caribbean where there's nothing. You have huge things here because Margarita was really, really famous in the 90s. You had 100 turbojets, not the big, the big planes coming to Margarita every week from all over the world. When I was small, there was a direct flight from Frankfurt in Germany to Margarita Island, and this is going to come back. Look at this clinic. I mean, this clinic looks better than most of the German Krankenhäuser, the most German clinics than I know. You get 50 square meters for your own gusto, you can be there. They can do brain surgery and all of that. I don't know why, but they do it. It's brand new. Some Arab guys constructed it for I don't know how many millions. They have MRTs. You don't have to wait. You don't even have to do like a schedule. You come there. Hello, my knee hurts. Can I have an MRT? Yes, sir. Do you have 10 minutes? Okay, let's go. It's crazy. In Germany, you wait like 6 months, even if you're like privately insured, and then you pay like $100 for all the health stuff. It's really crazy. Let me skip all this. Yeah, everything you imagine which exists in Germany exists in Margarita as well. I also did a 45-minute documentary. You can look it up on YouTube, Isla Margarita, Tim Stern, and then you can look at all this lifestyle stuff. Visit us on our stand. There will be a gift for you. I brought money. I'm going to give today 100,000 to everybody visiting our stand. I'm not going to say which money though. But as you know, Venezuela had a funny little hyperinflation going on. So if you want this gift, you can come there. Yeah, everything is dollarized now, so it doesn't matter. But if you want this little gift, come to our stand. If you want more info, there's a little QR code. If you want to scan it now, leave your name and your email, and then you're gonna get bombarded by me with nice informational emails about Margarita, about the lifestyle there, about visas, about how to buy stuff and everything. And now I'm gonna end, because if not, I'm gonna get dragged from stage. Thank you very much, and thanks for being here, and visit us on our stand. Thank you very much.